everybody. I am Kalyan Chakravarti, an Oracle Apps consultant. I have more than 10 years of experience in Oracle e-business suite, and today I'm going to give you an overview of what the training is all about. Now, let us go to the Oracle Applications training part. Now, this training is broadly divided into 3 areas. One is the Oracle RDBMS. The next is the introduction to the ERP. Then Oracle ERP, popularly known as Oracle e-business suite. Now, what Oracle? Now, what is you might be all wondering what is meant by Oracle. Oracle is a database. Basically, it's an object relational database management system produced and marketed by the Oracle Corporation. Now, Oracle is a very robust database system which runs on a variety of operating systems like Microsoft Windows, Unix, that is IBM Unix or HP Unix, Linux, and Mac OS. Mac OS is the operating system from Apple. Now, the next slide, what is meant by RDBMS? Now, RDBMS is a software which follow the EF code rules of normalization. Now, who is EF code? EF code was a software architect working at IBM Corporation and devised a new software which is called Relational Database Management System, and he has defined 12 rules of normalization. Now, in this software, data is stored in tables. Then, tables consist of rows and columns. Then, data is stored in these rows and columns. The popular examples of RDBMS software are Oracle from Oracle Corporation, DB2 from IBM, SQL Server from Microsoft. Let us come to the uses of Oracle. Oracle is used in a variety of areas. Example, financial institutions. Financial institutions include banks, insurance companies, and capital markets. Utilities. Utilities are nothing but power, gas, and water suppliers, which have large customer databases. In such organizations also, Oracle is used for data processing and data storage. Then large enterprises, factories, for example, like Tata Group, Reliance Group, etc. are some of the factories which use Oracle database. Then retail, some of the popular retail stores, large retail stores also use Oracle database. Example is the lifestyle, then used in web-based applications. It is used mainly in e-commerce sites. Then automotive sector. Automotive sector, the companies which manufacture cars, trucks, etc. Let's go to the next slide. Now, how is data processing done in Oracle? Data is stored in tables in Oracle. So this is retrieved through a medium known as structured query language, which is popularly known as SQL or pronounced as SQL. In order to support SQL in a programming environment, PL SQL or procedural language structured query language has been developed by Oracle. We will come later in the part of the slide, in the future slides, and see what is the difference between SQL and PL SQL. Let's come to the next slide. Next slide, you will have an introduction to SQL. In the SQL, you have the following 4 ways in which it is divided. You have the data definition language. You will use to define data definition language to define database objects like tables, views, etc. The exact syntax will be known when you enroll for the course. Then data manipulation language. It is used to retrieve data, that is to fetch data from the tables. insert data into tables, delete data from the tables, and update data in the tables. Then you have transaction control language where you have commit and rollback. Commit is a statement where you can, once you have made changes to the database like insert or update, then you can make the changes permanent. Then rollback is the process or use the command used to undo the changes. Means if you have made update or insert, and if you want to undo the changes, you can use rollback. Then after that, you have data control language, which is usually used for granting and revoking access to various users. The exact syntax of this would be known in the coming days. In SQL, you have various features like joins. In the joins, you will have inner join, outer join, grouping. Then you have built-in SQL functions. Apart from this, you have various SQL statements like subqueries. You will know what are the various types of subqueries. You have different subqueries like correlated subqueries, etc., which you will be learning in the class. Then SQL has many built-in functions like decode, case, round, seal, floor, mode, and you have many more SQL functions which keep on adding as and when newer and newer versions of Oracle database gets released. You will learn all of them in the coming days. Now you have PL SQL. Now let me explain to you what is PL SQL. PL SQL is nothing but the procedural language, structured query language. It is the Oracle Corporation's procedural language extension for SQL and Oracle Relational Database. You might be wondering what is meant by procedural language. Procedural language is the programming format in which you write statements in a particular fashion, that is top to bottom, where the topmost statements are executed first and the bottommost statements are executed last. Now SQL is, you want to know why PL SQL is used for SQL. SQL is basically a declarative language that allows the database programmers to write an SQL command to the database so that it gets executed. But in order to make it programmable, put it in a programmable fashion, you have to make use of PL SQL. Now, let us come to the difference between SQL and PL SQL. Now, SQL is executed one statement at a time. PL SQL is executed as a block of code, which means that for SQL, if you have a command, you have to write each command one at a time and get the results. Whereas in PL SQL, you can write all the commands in a block and use it in one go. SQL is a declarative, means which tells what to do, but it doesn't tell how to do. In contrast, PL SQL, it tells the database how to do. Means you have a set of procedures, you have a set of mechanisms in what process this SQL statement should be executed. Now, SQL used to code queries like SQL queries, then DML statements, which are data manipulation statements, and DDL statements, which are data definition statements. Now, PL SQL is used to code program blocks, triggers, functions, procedures, and packages. These are the various types of PL SQL objects, the knowledge of which would be given to you in the future days. You can write a PSQL in a PL SQL program, but you cannot do the reverse. This is one of the features difference between SQL and PL SQL. Now, coming to the next slide, you have in PL SQL, you have anonymous blocks, which are just plain PL SQL blocks. You have procedures which tell what to do. Then you have functions which return a value. Then you have packages in which you can group procedures and functions together. Then you have triggers which are PL SQL codes which fire based on certain events like insert, update or delete statements. Then cursors used to fetch multiple records, more than one record from the database. So you will know about all this in the coming days. Now let us come to what is the next slide, what is meant by ERP. ERP is a software. It's basically a business management software, usually to integrate various applications or processes in an organization. Data is stored in one single place, and any person in the organization who is authorized can access the data. An organization can have many processes such as product planning, cost and development. Then next you have manufacturing, where you have a manufacturing unit. Then you have marketing and sales unit, where you have inventory management, and you have shipping and payment, and you have finance. Now you may wonder what are all this. We'll come to know when in the coming days we'll explain to you more about this. Now inventory is a place where you store all your goods. Shipping is a process in which you ship your goods to the customer. For example, you buy goods from a stores, and that process and that supplier sends the shipment to your place. That process is called shipping. The payment is a process in which you pay the amount for the bill you received for the goods. Finance is nothing but a consolidation of all the financial transactions. Means some financial transactions come into the company where payments come into the company, or some where your payments go out of the company. In addition to that, you have human resources and payroll. Human resource and payroll means information about the employees working in an organization. Payroll is nothing but the pay structure related to the various employees. Each employee gets a pay, and the consolidated action of this payroll, of this employee's pay, is related to as payroll. Now, next slide. For the benefit of the ERP consultants, ERP is divided into two major streams. One is the functional stream, and the other is the technical stream. Now, as you see in the table below, I have outlined the differences in each manner. For a functional consultant, thorough knowledge of the navigation and other functional process is a must. Now, without which the functional consultant will not be able to perform his job. Now, for the technical, basic navigation is essentially required. As and when the technical consultant works more on the job and gains knowledge, he will be able to gain insights into the navigation. Now, for a functional consultant, knowledge of coding is optional. Means he may or may not have knowledge of coding. But for a technical consultant, knowledge of coding and experience on various technologies is a must. Now, functional consultant will interact with the customer and capture the requirements required for the organization. The technical consultant will code new objects like user interfaces. User interfaces are nothing but the data entry screens. Then reports. You will develop reports. Then using various technologies like PL, SQL, PL SQL and others, which you will come to know in the future slides. Now, for a functional resource, Knowledge of business process is a must. Like for example, previously we have seen the shipping, the entire process of selling goods, from where it starts and where it ends. The functional person must have a complete knowledge of all the process. Now, for a technical person, the knowledge of business process is optional, but as and when you grow on the job, you would be required to know the business process. At the initial stages, it is optional. In both cases, you will have direct interaction with the client with whom you are going to work with. Now, in both cases, there is a knowledge of AIM documentation is required. Now, you might be wondering what is meant by AIM. AIM is nothing but application implementation methodology, a development methodology or a documentation methodology developed by Oracle, in which you document the various processes and various document various processes and also the design of various technical related objects using the Oracle given templates. Means Oracle has various processes for functional and technical areas, and for each process Oracle has given a separate set of documents, and the functional or technical person, the respective of which field he belongs to, has to know the knowledge process, which we'll be covering in the later part of the course. Now, let us come to what is the Oracle Apps Technical. In the Oracle Apps Technical, you will be having introduction to the Oracle applications. You will have a knowledge of the look and feel, how the Oracle application screen is. You will have an overview of the Oracle Apps architecture, how the Oracle architecture looks like, how is the Oracle apps divided and segregated. Now you will have concepts of multi-org. You will know what is meant by multi-org. Multi-org is nothing but you can use the same software globally across the various countries. That is basically the multi-org, the details of which will be known to you further in the future days. Then various technologies used by a technical consultant. A technical consultant, as explained before, should have knowledge of the various technologies. Then information on AIM documentation. I have given you an overview of what AIM documentation is about, but I'll explain to you once more. Oracle has defined various documentation procedures for which the functional and technical people should make use of. Functional people will make use of the document relevant to the functional process. Technical person will make use of the documentation meant for the technical process. The best example of functional and technical documentation are MD50. MD50 is nothing but module design 50, a number given by Oracle. It defines the functional design of the document. Then MD70, which is used by technical consultant. MD70 is the number given by Oracle. Technical consultant uses MD70, in which he defines how the process in which he is going to do the coding for the various objects. This will be illustrated to you in the future days. In the next slide, you will know more about Oracle apps. You will have a knowledge of system administration, which is a must for both functional and technical people. The basic system administration. You will log into front end. You will be creating users for the application. You will be creating something called responsibilities, menus, and functions. Responsibilities is nothing but the access to various applications. Like applications are nothing but the various modules in the system, like general ledger, inventory, order management, etc. Menus and functions, you will know how they are being used in the system. You will use features of Oracle applications like flex fields, value sets, profile options, and lookups. These are some Oracle e-business suite related information which you will get a more idea. in the future days. Knowledge of who columns. In the Oracle tables, you have something called who columns, which are nothing but the basically audit columns, which are used to get information as who has inserted or who has last logged in or who has updated the column. So these are some of the things, interesting things you will know in the Oracle applications as an Oracle applications technical consultant. You will know about concurrent programs, use of parameters in concurrent programs. Like, let me explain to you what is meant by parameter. You have, for example, you have in your database, you have data running from January 2009 till January 2014. But you do not want all the data. So in that case, you will make use of parameters, where you will run data only for the months December 2009 to January 2010. So this December 2009 and January 2010 are called parameters, means which are used to filter which can be used to filter, and thus you can retrieve the data from the database. Then you have something called as request sets, and you will know what is meant by request sets and its users. Request set is nothing but a group of programs designed to run in a sequential order, and the outcome of each program is determined by the outcome of its previous program. For example, you have 4 programs in a request set. Upon the successful completion of the first program, the second program will run. Upon the successful completion of the second program, the third program will run. And upon the successful completion of the third program, the fourth program will run. Now, if any program fails in between, the entire request set gets stopped. You will get a demonstration of this and an opportunity to work on this in the coming days. Now, as an Oracle Apps technical consultant, you should be knowing the following technologies: Oracle, SQL, PL SQL, and SQL Loader. SQL Loader is nothing but where you get the data from flat files into or any other file into Oracle database. It is a powerful utility provided by the Oracle Corporation. Oracle Forms and Reports. Forms is nothing but the data entry screen, where you enter the data and where you develop the user interface for entering the data. Report is used for reporting purposes. And this combination of Oracle Forms and Reports is also known as Oracle Developer. And Oracle has various versions of Oracle Developer, and in this course you will be learning about Oracle Developer 10G. Then you will be knowing about Oracle Workflow. Workflow is software nothing but to automate the business process. For example, let us take an example where an employee wants to apply for a leave for a few days. In the previously, he used to manually write an application and give it to the supervisor for signing. Now here, the process is defined in such a way that it is automated. It is a software where when employee can log in and raise a request for leave. When he raises a request for leave, an email notification will be sent to his supervisor, and his supervisor can approve or reject. So the software in this process is called as the Oracle Workflow. Other ERPs also use Oracle Workflow. Workflow is a very powerful software which reduces the execution time drastically. Means in most of the enterprises, you need approvals from various levels. In such process, in such situations, getting manual approvals is very tough, and Workflow simplifies this operation drastically, where you have to send just a notification, where you can just send a notification to your supervisor, and you will get the required approvals. Next is the XML Publisher. XML Publisher is nothing but a reporting software which is newly developed by the Oracle, in which you can display reports in PDF, MS Word and MS Excel. In the future days, Oracle XML Publisher or its newer version, XML BI Publisher, will take over from Oracle reports. So you will get the knowledge of XML Publisher also in this training. Now you have something called as RISE W in Oracle as an Oracle Applications Technical Consultant. What is meant by RISE W? RISE, R stands for reports, I stands for interfaces, C stands for conversions, E stands for extensions, W stands for workflow. I have explained to you what is reports and workflow. Now let me explain to you what is interfaces, conversions and extensions. Interfaces are nothing but ongoing program where you get data from a third-party tool or a third-party system or a flat file and is loaded into Oracle eBusiness Suite. So in this interfaces and conversions, we will make use of SQL loader. Conversions is a process in which you are having an old system. In Oracle terminology, it is referred to as the legacy systems, and in which you want to implement a new version of the Oracle eBusiness Suite or Oracle applications. In such situations, you will use conversions, where the old software data is taken from the old software and put into the Oracle eBusiness Suite. This is a one-time activity. Once all the data is put into Oracle eBusiness Suite, the old systems are discarded. The difference between interfaces and conversions is that interfaces is an ongoing activity, whereas conversions is a one-time activity. Now, let me tell you what are extensions. Oracle standard package comes with certain features, with certain features, and you want to modify, add some more features or reduce some more features depending upon your business requirement. And this process or this is known as extensions, where you can modify the standard features. Especially it is done in forms where you want more fields, and in reports where you want more data in the columns, and also in the workflow where you want to get more information on certain notifications. Now, as explained in the previous slides, I am coming to what are Oracle forms. You will use the following forms known as template.fmb and appstand.fmb for the developing your form. Afterwards, when you want to attach the forms to your Oracle application, the process is known as registration. Registration is the process in which you can attach your forms to the Oracle applications. Now, you will have to customize forms. Customize forms is nothing but developing something different from the standard forms which the Oracle has already provided. Means developing a new form. And you will make use of something called as libraries in the Oracle forms. Their libraries files have an extension .pll. The popularly used PLL is the custom.pll, which you will be making use of for writing the custom code. Now you will have Oracle reports. Oracle reports also, you have the same process. You will be developing new reports. You will be using user exits, which means that the Oracle user exits help the developer to use reports in Oracle application form. Like in forms, you have Oracle, you have the process of registration. Registration in total, in summary, nothing but attaching the various components you have developed to the Oracle applications. You can develop PL SQL files and attach it to the Oracle applications. You can develop reports and attach it to Oracle applications. You can develop Oracle SQL loader files and attach it to Oracle applications. You can develop Unix, and you can even develop objects in ProC and attach it to Oracle applications. This process of attaching the various types of files is known as registration. Now, as explained in the earlier slide, here we have seen the difference between the conversions and interfaces. This is a must for an Oracle Apps technical consultant. As you can see, SQL loader is used for inserting data from files to database. UTL file is a utility which does the reverse. Means you can use to write data to files from the Oracle database tables. So UTL files is the reverse for Oracle SQL loader. As I explained in the previous slides, here is a screenshot of how a workflow looks like. We will come to know more in the coming days. Likewise, as explained in the previous slides, I am demonstrating you a screenshot of what an XML publisher, how it looks like. You can use MS Word, Excel, etc. and PDF for displaying the Oracle reports. Now you're free to ask any questions and I'll be able to help you with your answers. Thank you. Thank you very much for your participation. Please get back to me in case of any doubts. Thank you very much.